how to identify a great manager from an average manager or poor manager. There are different criteria. You may be already knowing them. But today, I am going to share with you a litmus test. I am going to tell you how to do a litmus test. Then you can immediately identify who is a great manager, who is an average manager. With great love and respect, I kindly ask you to listen to these definitions very carefully. Great managers team produce great outcomes consistently in the present as well as in the future. I'm repeating, great managers team produce great outcomes consistently in the present as well as in the future. On the other hand, average managers team doesn't produce great outcomes consistently in the present as well as in the future. I will repeat that for you. Average managers team doesn't produce great outcomes consistently in the present as well as in the future. What are the important words? Great managers team, consistently, great outcomes, present, future. We'll discuss these two roles, great manager as well as the average manager. Now we'll go to the first sentence. Great managers team produce great outcomes consistently in the present. You will understand if I give the example. If he's a sales manager, his team will generate consistent revenue targets. If she is an HR manager, her team will produce great outcomes consistently. These outcomes may be developing a successful succession plan, developing the skills and the knowledge of the employees, or creating an astonishing organization culture where the people can work effectively. If he is a head of finance, his team will produce great outcomes. This outcome may be producing accurate reports on time, managing the cash flow efficiently. If he is a head of designing or designing manager, his team produces wow products consistently. If he is head in education business, his team produces great outcomes. They will get high pass rate, student satisfaction rate may be going high, maybe they introduce new students to the institute. Now look at the second sentence. I said, great managers team will produce great outcomes consistently in the future. How do you know that? How that happens? It happens because of the strength and the satisfaction of the team members. Under a great manager, team members work really happily because they are empowered and motivated. And the great manager has created the right environment for them to work. He developed the people. They have a clear succession plan. This great manager looked after them very well. So therefore, they don't need to leave. They have a very strong relationship with the manager. So therefore, they give the best outcome. You see, every success happens for a great manager because he's a team contributor. His orientation is towards the team output. But I will give you a small advice. Just because a new manager joined to the organization, great manager joined to the organization, you can't expect these results, you can't expect these outcomes immediately because it takes time him to adapt to the organization, because it takes time him to build the relation with the subordinates and the reports. So you have to be patient and you have to trust him. Average manager's team will not produce great outcomes consistently in the present. If he's a sales manager, his team will not produce sales revenue consistently. If she is an HR manager, her team will not produce high outcomes consistently. They don't have a strong succession plan. They will not develop their staff efficiently. Therefore, the employees are having lack of skills and knowledge. The team will fail to create a suitable organization culture. Therefore, most of the cases, the good employees will leave the organization. If he is a finance manager or head of finance, his team will not produce great outcomes consistently. They will not produce accurate reports on time. They will not manage the cash flow efficiently, so therefore they will put the organization into jeopardized situation. If he is a head of designing or designing manager, his team will not design wow products. Therefore the customers will switch to the competitors. If he is head in education business, his team will not generate great outcomes consistently. Therefore the students won't have the successful pass rates. Student satisfaction will go low and they can't retain the students in the university or the institute. I also said, average manager's team will not produce great outcomes consistently in the future. How that happens? Because his report doesn't have the strength and the satisfaction to give the required outcome. The report doesn't like to work under average manager or poor manager. They're not happy because he doesn't motivate them, he doesn't empower them, he doesn't create the right organization culture, And when you are having the toxic culture, when you are not appreciated, when you are not empowered, when you are not being developed the skills and the knowledge, they will find new opportunities. They will leave the organization. You can't retain the good employees in your organization. In most of the organizations, senior management do the mistake. They identify the top individual contributor and then they promote him as the manager without developing the skills. He may be a super talented individual contributor. He may be a superstar as an individual contributor. He may be a hardworking person. He may be the nicest person in the organization. But that doesn't guarantee he will become a successful manager. If he is not a team contributor, if his orientation is not towards the team, your organization will suffer. Your departments will suffer. The Intel legendary CEO Andrew Grove correctly said, what matters is outcome or the output, not the activities involved. I will give another hint. If you recruit an average manager in your organizations, sometimes at the initial months you can see a sudden results, sudden improvement, but it won't last. It won't be consistent because at the initial stage, because of the respect of the manager or because he is pressurizing the subordinates, they will work really hard and you can see the impressive results. But that doesn't guarantee he will continue to do that. Alright, I like to hear your ideas as well. Please share your ideas below and leave your comments. I'll see you soon with another video like this. Good luck.